Before we get into the video, I'm going to talk about kind of why the audio may sound a bit weird. I recorded this with OBS, but that's not really the problem. Discord made his voice, Steven Van's voice, a little bit like glitchy, so I'm going to put subtitles through the entire video, so hopefully it looks good and everything. This is going to take me a long time to edit, but hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you later. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing like a new series where I interview designers and stuff like that. So today we're going to be interviewing Steven Van.
Yeah, so I'm Steven, and I've been making graphic design tutorials for over 2 years now. Become kind of a profession as a hobby to me. So I'm happy to be on this.
Yeah, so the first question is, how did you learn about graphic designing in Photoshop?
Well, I've looked at tutorials since I've started to this point now. I've always looked at tutorials and any way that I can make my work. Even though I make tutorials myself, I always feel free to watch other people's tutorials and kind of create a style of my own and learn from them.
Alright, so the second question is, when did you start designing?
Well, I started designing ever since I started my YouTube channel, which was for 2 years now, May 2015, I think. And the reason I started was because I had thumbnails, my videos.
Alright, so like I know you answered this before, but is designing a hobby of yours, or was it used to, but now like do you only make them for people when they need them?
It's kind of both. Like sometimes I'll just make one for like free, like just from one of my friends or someone I look up to. Usually I don't do free designs. Usually I will do it as a profession, sell it to people because I don't really work at all.
Alright, so like what are some of your favorite designs to do?
Well, my favorite ones are probably YouTube banners. I made a lot of them, a lot for creators. I make a lot of thumbnails because I have to, but I really don't like making thumbnails. They probably the longest for me actually. Banners are my favorite.
Alright, I know you answered this earlier, but what is your opinion when people ask for like free designs and stuff like that?
Well, I understand where most of them are coming from. It's an essential thing you need for social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, that sort of stuff. And most people don't have money for that sort of stuff because they're usually doing it as a hobby, that sort of stuff. So I understand where they're coming from. I won't dismiss it or just like delete your message. I'll usually say I don't do free design so they understand. And the reason I don't do free designs most of the time is because I wouldn't want to do a job I wasn't getting for, and it takes time to make design, and it isn't easy. So being paid for it is just the least you can do. Because if you compare this to another job, if you're putting in like 2 to 3 hours and you get zero pay, it kind of doesn't make.
Yeah, so I think you like, I mean, that was kind of answering it too, but like what is the best way to find customers, do you think? And how many times do you think a week do you get asked for like free graphics and retweet deals and stuff like that?
The best way to get clients, I think, is actually making free stuff. Ironically, I put out like free graphic specs templates that kind of attracts in people. I won't make like free custom work. I'll just put out a general like free template or something, and that kind of attracts people. I think also making content revolving around graphics. So most of my clients come from my videos. Also just interacting with people on Twitter. Twitter is probably the best way to reach clients. Just communicating and interacting with people who create designs and just replying to the and interacting with the community will always like bring in clients. I have that. I know that from experience. I've done it a while. And as for the retweet deals and designs, probably like 10 to 20 times a week. Mostly retweet deals because like people like don't want to ask for, rather ask for, because it sounds like bad, I guess.
Yeah. So what do you think is like the best thing for people to like put their brand out there and stuff like that, like their graphics?
What do you mean, like just like get their name out there?
Yeah.
I guess, like I said before, just making content revolving around it, like making a lot of work, putting it out as many places as you can, so that so that you reach more people. Like usually when I tell people how to grow their channel, I say put out as much content as you can, because that reaches as many people as you can, and you have more opportunity, way more people see it, more opportunities for clients and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so what would you think is like a fair price for people to start like their work at? Like how much do you normally sell your work for?
That depends on how good your designs are. I think you already know if your designs are up to par with like the top graphic designers. I think you have to know yourself, and there's a lot of factors. First of all, how much time you put into the work, that sort of stuff, and what the request is. Sometimes the requests are bigger. So mine, I don't have a set price usually. Some people do. I don't really with that. I don't even do hourly sometimes because I feel like that doesn't work as well. So I kind of determine it off of many factors. Starting off, you want to actually go really low and create as many designs as you can so you can build a portfolio. It really depends on the type of design and what you're designing and who you're designing for. I usually actually charge less for bigger designers, for bigger creators, actually, so that they feel welcome to order from me. But usually they just pay more.
Yeah. That's basically like what I've been doing. Like I don't like charge more than like maybe like $1 for my work because I kind of just started. So
Yeah, when you start, you want to make a portfolio. You want to track clients, and then slowly you can transition. Like I used to sell my banners for like $5. Now I sell them for much more, like upwards to $25 now. And I'm really selective with work I do now because I don't do a lot of graphic design work, and I don't want to have a bunch of orders. But obviously, when you're starting out, you want a lot of orders. Right now, I have to manage my time well, so I can't really take as many graphic design orders as I previously.
yeah. And what did you ever show your parents some of your designs, and what did they think of them?
Not my designs, my videos. My parents know about my videos more than my designs. They know I can like do this sort of stuff. I think they've probably seen thumbnails and that sort of stuff and like avatars that I've made, and they've heard people talk about my graphic design, like my friends and stuff, but they've never really seen it, like looked at my website in my portfolio at all.
Yeah. And like did they like when you were a kid, did you ever do this, and did they think like you spend way too much time on the computer?
Well, when I was a kid, which I am probably like I'm only 15 after my YouTube channel 2 years ago. I never really was into art and that sort of stuff. Like I always liked creative things, like creative subjects in school, like music and like drama and dance and art and stuff. I was never really good at it because I never really tried any of it. And so when I started like literally when I started my YouTube channel, when I that interest. So for that, my parents really didn't see me doing that sort of stuff. And yeah, my parents right now currently like are saying how I spend too much time in my room and stuff, but they kind of understand why they just want me to do as well.
Yeah. And what are some tips? I know you kind of already answered this, but what are some tips to like people to start out, like to expand their audience and stuff like that?
I think like the main thing is just interacting in especially Twitter. Like Twitter is like the best for that sort of stuff. I think for gamers, it's like Discord. Like there's a whole platform for certain things, and I think Twitter is just the perfect for designers because I've seen so many on it. And you want to just join as many communities as you can, whether this is group chats or forums, sort of stuff.
Yeah. And what do you think are some of the best programs to use to start off designing, like when you don't have enough money to buy stuff? And what are some of your favorite programs to use?
I'd say GIMP for sure. Like GIMP is definitely the best Photoshop alternative, for sure. But there's other stuff like Pixlr, which is not as advanced. And like really, I just recommend GIMP. GIMP is basically Photoshop that like it doesn't look as good and has some missing features. As for my favorite programs, it's definitely Photoshop. But like I've been trying to use Illustrator, but I don't think I'll ever start creating mascot designs. I don't think I'll ever start I don't think I'll ever need it. So, but definitely Photoshop's my favorite. You can basically everything you can do in Lightroom in Photoshop. So like things like color correction and that sort of stuff. You can apply light tables. You can apply a lot of things. There's just a lot of things Photoshop has that not a lot of other programs have.
Yeah, like I used to use Pixlr on my old channel, like whenever I didn't have Photoshop and stuff like that. But that's probably gonna be like the end of this episode. So. Steven's links will be down in the description. Check him out, and thank you for stopping by, Steven.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for allowing me to be on this channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.